Okay, South Africa, India. Now this is our history. There were planning schemes in the 1920s. Nigeria was doing that. We had in 1946 about the vision of the visioner. If the governor or local government chairman didn't envision anything, there won't be plan. And now let me look at this. The politicians believe that building one earth, they just believe that what is a plan is a document. Why should I spend money on plan preparation? When I could spend money on health care, you go and commission. They are happy to commission, but they are not happy to commission the master plan, a document, pieces of paper. And they are happy because when you commission an hospital, you do it pump and pageantry. Everybody is happy. They've forgotten that it is the physical development plan that guides what should happen later, where water project, hospital, schools, and what have you. And I'm saying there is a process for preparing a plan, and there must be, and I understand some people raise the issue, the stakeholders must have their input. They must also be part of the plan whenever you are preparing them. Now the reasons, another country, there are delays in preparing plans. Usually, if it's a master plan, 12 months, 9 months, why would there be delays? There are so many reasons. Even signing contract to commence the work will take you 3 months. You commence, you have spent 4 months. And these are the issues that we have had to deal with. And your payment will not even come. And you have a contract in your hand. They are not going to pay you as quick as you expected. So I will just move on. One of the realities confronting plan preparation in Nigeria is a lack of commitment to funding plans. Politicians don't want to fund plans. Why am I putting money in and the politicians are ill-informed. This trend has continued for the past 40 years. So let me just move on. And I said in many instances, less than 30% of budgetary allocation to physical planning is released. Even if they say there's money, less than 30% is released. Those of you in government, you will know. This is a case of Lagos State, 2007 to 2016. Look at what was released, what was budgeted over the years. Let me leave the country. Now, how have we been sailing through what I call the mashy, very mashy. Those of us who are involved, we know. And I said, we are happy when we prepare a plan, and we're also happy when our plans are implemented. Now, it's a fulfillment of our vision, but there are paralysis in plan preparation. And I said they come in different ways. Number one, deliberate neglect of the plan. The governor or anybody, deliberate, they just neglect it. And the other one is what we call partial implementation. And later somewhere I said there's what we call implementation in the reverse. And I've heard people talking about something similar to that. How can this inhibition to plan implementation be controlled? You know, it could take us 1.5 years in preparing plans. And here this paper is saying why the plan is being prepared, even at 40% of plan preparation, identify quick wins. Governor has 4 years. And you have used 1.5 years or 1 year to prepare a plan. What can the governor implement within his 4 years that he can tie to that plan? He will say, oh, it is that plan for Kaduna, that plan for Enugu, or that plan for your town that I'm implementing. So at the point of your draft plan, some projects should be identified that can be implemented so that the politician can make reference to it. You could identify a ring road that people will know that is the impact of that plan preparation. And I mentioned some other one. And you know, Governor, when they are opening that ring road, the governor will go there with media, provide east-west ring road, and it's because of the master plan that I've awarded. So I raised a lot of issues. Somebody raised earlier, we should make our plan legislative document. The The Urban Regional Planning Act says it. They should be gazetted. The Lagos law says our plan should be gazetted. Have we gazetted? No governor, who mentioned that? No governor will come and say, I want an airport here where we have voted as a regional park. No governor will do that. He will only do that when the plan will be reviewed and to be at a big gathering like this. So we can even criminalize instances of that. A commissioner for land saying, I want to change a use. You can't change a use because the plan has been. Then there's also non-your plan. Can we make plan implementation a separate phase of plan preparation? So that we just prepare a plan and leave them and move on. And I said a plan is incomplete if or when there are no well-stated implementation guidelines. However, for every physical development plan, it may be appropriate to have a two-phase separate contract. First phase, plan preparation. Those of you in government, you can understand now. Second phase, plan implementation. Consider us at plan preparation. Remember, you also need to retain us or bring us back at plan implementation. And I said it is synergic. The import of this is to bring to you for the importance of plan preparation. We have plans. Are we implementing them? That's a challenge. And remuneration for such. When we are implementing, you know it could take you 5 years. It could take you for 10 years. Remuneration for that can be charged on man-hour rate. I'm sure we know man-hour rate. You can retain a consultant to guide you in that. Then another one. Can we have a unit or a department, not a department, a unit that is master plan implementation? If you don't have plans in your state, you can't even have a unit. But for states where there are plans, we are proposing that there should be a process for monitoring that plan implementation. Let me just move on. So I'm saying if recently there have been procurement units in states and federal, can we have development plan implementation unit if we can't even have department? Then can we own the plan? Citizens participation, let them own the plan. No commissioner, no governor, no local government chairman can change anything because the plan belongs to the community. Now I just want to, before I conclude, plan preparation is one of the areas where consultants have excelled, where we make some money. One of the things we should do is to reach out. We need to reach out more. And I said that and NITP will be very critical in this regard. We need to reach out to governors, head of government, local and state traditional leaders. When we are reaching out, we are selling ourselves. And people will be happy that we are selling ourselves. Speculative proposal, that was an issue 10 years ago. Can you initiate a plan for the governor of Nasarawa, even when he didn't ask for it? It's speculative. But if you are doing speculative, you must be critical, you must be careful. They could take your proposal to another person. They may not even invite to come and defend. So it's risky. It's risky, but these are things that could happen. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. Make an attempt. And I said this for now scope of work. We realize something. In most instances, our clients, those in government, their scope of work are not properly articulated. So if a project has poor scope of work, because that's supposed to be from the client, not from us. If a project has poor scope of work, it won't be properly defined. You won't finish it well. If it's vague, you're going to have a problem. So that means scope of work should be properly defined by you. And that's why those in government should be smarter than us. You are the one that is going to engage us and are engaging us. Very smart. Now, deliverables. We normally have this kind of deliverables. Inception, interim, draft, and final. People don't want to read volume of report. We just did a work for a big estate in Lagos, 330 pages. They sent to me that, tell MOA, we will slip off. Who won't read 330 pages? Even with the fact that we put a lot of graphics there that you want to see, drone shots, you want to see. So what we now did for them is to give them what looks like a photo book. And that's why we are proposing here that can we have another deliverable that we can refer to our action plan, not action plan, to guide implementation. Graphics, road, open spaces, green area, urban design, urban infrastructure. It will interest them, and they will be in big volume. I think I mentioned it. My conclusion, more than many things, physical development plans bring to the public the skill and competence of the town planner in space management and in creating functional communities. Preparation approach should be renewed by establishing a strong network with development partners. Beyond 2020, it is expected that planning practice in Nigeria will witness more changes. The occurrences in the natural environment, the economy, and the socio-cultural milieu and the political setting will be stimulant in this regard. Plan preparation is likely to receive little more attention in the short term. I thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you for not taking too much time. Thank you. We've heard the presentation, we've listened. Plan preparation and implementation, an agenda for Nigeria beyond 2020. While I was reading this paper, I took a note down and I said there's a lot of brain drain. Planners go through a lot in the rain, in difficult terrains to bring about plans, and then you watch these plans just expire. So it's a lot of brain drain, it's a lot of wasted efforts. And when the Ebola and the COVID issues came up, you can imagine the world is waiting on doctors to bring about vaccines for a product that is not out. They're anticipating for a product to come out. And now we go all the way out to develop products, and the government just leave them on the shelves. But it's our bit, it's our place to enlighten and to not stop. Because even the COVID, when they were tracing contacts during the COVID, if they had planned the urban environment well and the places were well georeferenced, tracing contacts would have been easy. Spread of disease would be controlled. They don't know that these things are interlocked. And so they see planning as not tangible. These people, when the government wants to build road, they will just come and promise the people, I want to build road. You don't know where to put the road, how to put it, and what functions these roads should link. Okay, so these are the things that we should be clamoring for in our plan, for plan implementations. Don't let our plans sit on the shelf. Let's advocate for gazetting, for making our plans regulatory, legal documents. So I think please, so let's just ask one or two questions, Okay, daddy is asking a question, mommy is asking a question. If you've asked before, no, because they want to seize our mic, even though we're enjoying the session. So, okay, daddy said women first.
Thank you, Mr. Presenter. My name is TPL Nora Opara from Imo State Chapter. My question is on a little bit of explanation to us on the categories of people that comprise the stakeholders in a plan preparation and development, and also those who are supposed to be considered as the people that are supposed to be involved in the plan preparation, the stakeholders in the plan implementation and decision taking for any project. Thank you.
Okay, one more before daddy.
Mine is just a comment. Just like the presenter, my name is TPL Dr. Uloko. The presenter mentioned that most times governments are not willing to prepare plans in the first place because they ask you, what is in it for us? What is in it for us is how much are we going to make? So what I'm suggesting, planners should become businessmen. Yes. If we approach plan preparation using the business plan approach, it would work. Let me tell you just a short, just one. There is a settlement in, there's an area called Ngwanrome in Kaduna. It was a virgin area, almost virgin. But they had a chief there. And they wanted to convince him that he needed to have a plan for that area. Just a small local plan. Do you know what they used? They told him that, oh, Oga, for every plot, you are going to get 10% if it is transferred from one person to the other. That was how he agreed. And that is why Ngwanrome is one of the, let me say, the best planned area in the outskirts of Kaduna today. One single thing. This is what we are going to 10%. Let us be business-like in our approach. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Obialo, past president. Two areas I want to point out. Nowadays, you don't just prepare a plan without costing. How do you give me something to do and you have not told me where I will get the money from? There are finance organizations, there are donors, so on and so forth. You must be able to find out all these things. Planners should know. And prepare it as a package. You are doing a plan. You will prepare this plan as a package attractive to donors. That's number one. Don't give me a plan. You have no idea how I will get the money. That is why most of our plans are dusting themselves in the shelves. The other one is we prepare big plans, big plans. If I've been an executive, if I get a plan or report from you, first of all, what you are showing me. The next thing is I look at the person who signed it. If it is too much for me to read it through and get all these things you are talking about, I will put on it when I have time. I do it. That is KIV, and it is gone. So what is how do you solve this? You solve it by making always a conclusion, an executive conclusion of any plan you make. An executive conclusion. And leave the detailed study and objectives and so on and so forth. Leave it to a professional that is interested or somebody in research. But if you are asking an